Yeah, so let me first say that our product is a web application. So that means we don't have any iOS or Android developers yet. So what all of our developers are based on the web stack, and we have some front-end developers and some back-end developers. Overall, there's 8 of us. There's 5 front-end developers and there's 3 back-end developers, and then there's me. On a high level, we're organized as one team at the moment. But yeah, we're 8 people now, and that kind of almost breaks the Amazon 2 pizza rule. So the Amazon 2 pizza rule says that you should be able to feed every team with 2 pizzas. And the assumption is that a quarter of a pizza feeds 1 person. So 8 is kind of the breaking point. That might change in the future. So we're still at 8. Apart from like the high level stuff where we share the management and we share the Scrum process. On a more daily basis, we have everything in our company is organized as projects. That goes across departments. So, for example, with our application, you collect feedback, and our customers have a dashboard where they can watch and sort and work with that feedback. For example, let's say we want to build an export for this dashboard. This will involve many people. This will involve the product management to get the requirements. It will involve design to figure out how this will look and feel. It will involve front-end developers because we need to build the interface. It will involve back-end developers because we need to fetch stuff from the database. It will involve maybe DevOps work because if you want to put it in a CDN where I can do that. But it also involves growth. Should we market this feature? Is this something that we maybe need to send out with a newsletter or something, and it even might support customer service because what if somebody already asked for the feature? We need to get back to those people and maybe talk to them. Maybe they have some ideas how this could work. So what I'm trying to say is, if you're a developer in this project, you will work with many different people from many departments, and that's kind of how we try to structure it. The advantage of this is that if you're a developer in this team, of this project, you will talk to many different people. You will get insight on exactly why we're doing this. It will not just be something that you do because somebody tells you, hey, we need an export. You really get the insight on why and how everything fits together and is made. The disadvantage, I guess, is the more people are involved, the more communication ways are there. So you really need to take care that you don't get lost in there. And also, if any other developers are to take over this project, it's kind of hard because you're so deep into it that it's kind of hard if you come as a new developer to such a project. And yeah, the last thing I want to say about our team is what's special about our team. I thought about this a bit, and it's really hard to say. I think we're a very international team. That's also why I'm talking in English here now. So we have people from Austria, but also from Poland, from Russia, from Spain, and from Slovenia. So English is the default language in our office. And I think we're all very open and are also very honest to each other. Like, giving and receiving feedback is a very big part of working in our company, and that starts with code reviews, where we are really honest about what could be improved, and ends with regular one-on-ones that we have once a month to get a feel of how everybody's doing. So basically, most of the recruiting process in our company is actually handled by the development team. So that means I'll be the one who sorts out the applications and decides on if we follow through with the written application. Then usually there's an interview with me. And after that, we have a small coding challenge that everybody has to do, which is then also the basis for a more technical interview where you will talk to your future colleagues and also talk about what you did in the coding challenge and have like a really in-depth technical interview. And then after that, usually there's a cross-manager review where you will talk to the manager of a different department, so maybe the head of product or the CEO, just to get another second non-technical opinion. Once you've joined us, there will be a technical advisor that is assigned to you. He will guide you, or he or she will guide you through the first few weeks. There's also lots of documentation and talking to people, various people in the company to get a feel how we work, what the processes are. But overall, during the onboarding, I think the main goal is to really throw the people into it, and really you should commit code that is on production in the first week. So that is the goal, and we try to really be fast on that. And the last thing I want to say, I guess, is what we expect from applicants, except all the technical stuff. That is of what I think what we value in our company is the drive for learning something new. And it's great to have an opinion. But it's really great to being able to question your opinion if you have like an informed discussion about it, and then maybe even go back on your opinion once if you're actually convinced by something new. Yeah, so our product is a feedback platform that allows our customers to make decisions on the product and to collect feedback from their customers. What that means in a technical way is that most of our things, or many of our things that we do, are implemented as widgets that work in the websites or web applications of our customers. So our code is running in somebody else's DOM, and that is very often a challenge. Not everybody adheres to web standards, and maybe there are many different frameworks that are out there, and we kind of need to work with all of them. So if there's AngularJS does a weird thing with the XHR requests, Usersnap needs to respect that and handle it in the correct way. That is very often a challenge. Another thing that is also very closely tied to that, one of our features is that we are able to create screenshots from our customer's website or application. And that is also sometimes tricky, because we then render those screenshots in our own rendering engine, and that also can lead to weird things if, for example, our customers does not respect all the web standards, but they still expect the screenshots to work correctly. So that is also something that sometimes requires really creative and pragmatic solutions, I would say. For more of the technology side, we recently switched from normal JavaScript to TypeScript on the front end. We use React.js, now mostly with TypeScript, and on the back end we are all in on Python. And pretty much everything we do on the server side and infrastructure is done on AWS solutions. So we really try to be like cloud first, and whenever there's a service that we can use, we use the service and don't try to do it ourselves. Yeah, and I think the last point that I wanted to make is what has changed about through all the years that we've been around. I think the thing that has most changed is that we became more professional. In the early days of any startup, everybody's like kind of hacking it away, and no, let's not write automated tests, that will just hold us back. Let's just host that database ourselves, it will be easier, we don't need to do anything, just apt-get install Postgres and we're done. And yeah, that works really well in the beginning, but then it tends to backfire the longer you go. And I think that is something that has really changed. So we've moved on from hosting everything yourself, first into AWS, now into fully embracing infrastructure as code, but also code-wise. We've implemented automated tests, we've implemented end-to-end tests, we've implemented the CI/CD pipeline so that releasing is no longer something that has to be done manually. So yeah, I think we've grown up also technically.